Tell you what, can you imagine a leak coming through here and you're sitting on a toilet? Wouldn't be good, would it? Or water falling on your head.
Root down, slow ahead together.
Hello, welcome back to Newcastle Attractions. Today I'm at HMS Alliance in Gosport. It's a submarine I'm going to take you aboard. It was a World War II submarine. I'm going to show you what it's like inside. Before we continue, please give me a like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Now let's get in that submarine. I was going to say let's get into the vlog, but let's get into the sub.
Now there's lots of things to see and do here. It's a little map of the place, visitor centre. You are here, you've got HMS X24, you've got HMS Holland 1, HMS Alliance, and of course you've got the submarine just over here. Now I'm going to get around the rest of the place later and show you what that's like, but I'm going to take you in that submarine first. Looking forward to getting in there. You've also got a nice little coffee place there too. And here we go, straight into the submarine. It's very tight in here. As you can see, you've got the sleeping quarters just over here. Look at this bed just over here. This is interesting, isn't it? And just in here, this is where they would have sat here and, you know, had their coffee, had their tea or whatever they're having over here. This is interesting. And this is a World War II submarine. Now as we carry on down this narrow submarine, look at this. Yeah, like I was saying, all of these beds around here, it's very narrow in here, very tight space, and you can see someone's photos up there. So obviously if you've got family back home, if you've got a wife, if you've got a family, you put your photos up there, don't you? And you've got several other rooms just over here too. You've got the HP old style sauce over here, got the bunk beds all the way up there too. Yeah, if you just think what this would have been like back in the day, it would have been very claustrophobic in here. Obviously, if you're not a fan of in tight spaces, then you wouldn't have liked it in here, would you? And you'd have been very deep under that water during World War II. I mean, to be fair, you could actually sleep quite a lot of people in here, can't you? And how many people would have been around this table? I didn't actually count the plates. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plates. Then you got a few more there. So look at these beds in here. Like I said, you could cram quite a few people in here, but you can imagine what it would have been like, can't you, back in the day? Now as we move section to section, like I was saying, all of these have different things, and you can see some of the uniforms just over there. Look at that. And just up there you've got the hats too. Give you a bit of a zoom in. Look at that. Got the paper down there, you've got some flowers, got a nice little couch over there. Very interesting. Let's carry on and have a little look at what we've got. And just over here, this looks a little bit like a old train carriage just over here. You've got the padded cushions just over there. Got the music playing in here too.
I said sippers, not gulpers.
I wonder what the temperature would have been like in here. Moving on, you've got this little section here where you can make the drinks, I suppose. Got various machinery around here. It is really interesting in there. And now we've moved into the main section. Now you can see you've got a little seat down there. Not much space down there to operate in, is there? And I'll show you the dials just over here. Obviously you've got the speed just over here. If you want to start up the submarine, and all of the controls just over here. Do you know much about submarines? Let me know in the comment section if you do. Obviously I know nothing about submarines, but then I wouldn't, would I? So my channel's already a sinking ship, isn't it? It's not a submarine. Anyway, moving on. Even I know what this is. Look at this up here. Now obviously when you're in the water submerged, you'd use this to have a look what's up there, if there's any enemies or anything like that. You've seen it in films, haven't you?
In fact, when we sold them the upper, we had to read.
290 Revolution, in out, classified fishing vessel.
When you look at that ship,
Nothing visual, watch, clear on that.
and you've got to turn to that door, there's 2 torpedoes there.
Yeah.
God.
A random pair of binoculars just round in. Yeah, do you know what any of this equipment is? Because a lot of it I don't really know. Obviously certain things you know, don't you? But certain things you don't. Look at all of this machinery around it. It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, if you think of some of the size rooms that you've got in here, I'm going to just crouch down a little bit for you just to give you a little glimpse. But yeah, there's not much room to move in it. Obviously someone would be in here on that. You've got your cup over there if you wanted a drink. But yeah, not a lot of room to move at all. But you'd expect that in a submarine, wouldn't you? Now everyone wants to see the toilet, and this is what you would greeted by. Just enough room to move in there. Tell you what, really enjoying myself in here. Like, I haven't been in here, I've actually been in here as a child, but I haven't been in here for a long time. I just showed you the toilet down there, and yeah, it's really interesting because you don't really take it in as a child, do you? But there you go, there's another toilet there. Wasn't expecting that. 2 toilets, so live the life of luxury. So yeah, you wouldn't be queuing after all, would you? So there's actually 3 toilets. Obviously the first one in there, another one in there.
His and her sinks in this one.
Oh, there's more, is there? Oh, nice.
No toilet, just his and her sinks.
Yeah, look at this toilet just there. Very interesting. It's not central, this one. I'm not too sure. Not too sure. There's a little shower in there as well, yeah? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, look at this. Crazy. Look at that. Absolutely crazy. I mean, you can see the actual, obviously you've got the motors going on in there, so apologies that it's very noisy, but you've got a couple of basins over there. To be honest though, 3 toilets. I'm not too sure how many men were aboard this submarine back in the day, but got 3 toilets on there, not bad. So there's not obviously a queue waiting. Obviously you're not going to have loads of people in the toilets anyway, are you? Because the submarine needs to be manned at all times. But yeah, this shower, trying to get in there. You've even got a little mirror there too. Now before we make our way into this section, just over here is where the food was prepared, and can you see the old Heinz baked beans tins over there? Obviously it's a lot different back in the day. You got the Coleman's mustard tin up there. To be fair, this is not a bad space if you compare it with some of the other rooms in there, which is very small. And I'll tell you what though, that doesn't look very appetising, does it? But yeah, it's not a bad space to work in. Obviously if you're a cook in here, quite a lot of room to manoeuvre in there, considering the time, isn't it? And you've got the little washroom just over here. Anyway, excited to get in this little bit just over here, so let's duck down, shall we, and come in here. Oh, it's a little bit of a tight squeeze, and you can hear those engines of what it'd have been like. Now can you imagine working in here back in the day? Look at that. Now before we make our way into this section, just over here is where the food was prepared, and can you see the old Heinz baked beans tins over there? Obviously it's a lot different back in the day. You got the Coleman's mustard tin up there. To be fair, this is not a bad space if you compare it with some of the other rooms in there, which is very small. And I'll tell you what though, that doesn't look very appetising, does it? But yeah, it's not a bad space to work in. Obviously if you're a cook in here, quite a lot of room to manoeuvre in there, considering the time, isn't it? And you've got the little washroom just over here. Anyway, excited to get in this little bit just over here, so let's duck down, shall we, and come in here. Oh, it's a little bit of a tight squeeze, and you can hear those engines of what it'd have been like. Now can you imagine working in here back in the day? Look at that. I don't think I'd be very good on a submarine. The place would sink within 5 minutes, wouldn't it? Probably not even that, 5 seconds really. It's really eerie in here. If you come in here when it's not too busy, obviously you've got the engine room to yourself, haven't you? Very, very eerie indeed. Anyway, let's have a look around. Are you interested in the engine side of things? Now there's lots of more machinery. I'm trying to actually work out what all of this is. To be honest, I haven't got a clue, but we both know it's the engine room and this is how the submarine operates. I do know certain bits, but probably 10% of what's here, to be honest. A lot of it I don't know the slightest about. Certain things is just plainly obvious, isn't it? But look at this over here. You got the pressure thing over here. I'll tell you what, look at this. Now what you got to think, obviously I just showed you that noise in there. What you got to think, back in the day, this noise would have been constant, wouldn't it? So if you were working in here the whole time, you must have got lots of headaches and things because it's very noisy in there. That's just a recreation of what's actually going on. So with it being on the whole time, it must have been very, very noisy indeed. Now they even have a bed in here too, obviously. If you're in this section, you can go for a little nap or something. I suppose if the submarine wasn't very busy at the time, you can have a nice little nap in there. And this is where obviously the missiles would go. Very interesting. Obviously it just slot in there, you shut the hatch in there.
Hands to aft torpedo compartment for emergency drill.
Drop me a subscribe, otherwise I'll put you in there and fire you out the submarine. And that was basically the walkthrough of the submarine. Really enjoyed that. Now there is certain other things out there. You've got lots of other information about submarines. You've got a gift shop, you've got the restaurant I think is out there too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you out there and show you that now. Really enjoyed that. Got the little hatch just there. Yeah, really enjoyed that submarine. Now obviously when you come out of here, there's lots of other things to see. You've got Holland 1 down there, Royal Navy's first submarine. Lots of things to enjoy in there, and I'm going to take you in there. Look, visitor centre, museum, galleries, lots of other things to see here, and I'll take you around there now. Just before I do that, obviously I entered the submarine just over there, didn't I? This is the exit. Now if you are disabled, there's a big disabled lift here which takes you up to the top. Obviously you go through the exit, but it's nice and easy for you, so don't worry about it. If you are disabled, you can still go on there. Hey Jude, don't let me down. Hopefully it's decent enough. And this is what it's like when you enter in. Obviously you've got the reception in the centre, lots of merch to see. I'm going to show you that at the end. I'll have a little look around and show you what's available towards the end of the vlog. Now lots of things to see in here. You've got the model of the submarine just over there. I'll take you over there now and then take you over some of the other sections in there. I'm going to take you around now and show you what's around here. I'm not too sure what's actually in here because I can't remember coming in here ever, but there's lots of models in here for you to see. Much more information if you're into submarines. And if it is very busy in that submarine, they've got another one here for you to have a look at. Take a closer look at, and look at this, the future of submarines. If you want to take a look at that and pause it, you can do. What else have we got in here? Got a random jumper there, it's interesting. Yeah, there's so much submarine information as you'd expect. Because where are we? We're at the Submarine Museum. Let's have a look up the stairs. The Modern Submarine Gallery, let's have a look. The men behind the chariots. Let's have a look in the next section, shall we? Now I'm not going to show you everything in here, but just to give you a detail, obviously more submarine models just over there. Just give you a quick walk around. Let's go with a little bit more speed, shall we? Look at these, interesting. It's very random up here. What is it? Naval issue hammock. The hammock was standard issue in the Royal Navy until the 1970s. However, on submarines only 2 or 3 were used in addition to the bunks, which were the main sleeping arrangement. This hammock came from the World War II submarine HMS Thunderbolt, so it's actually real. Let's have a little look in there, shall we? There you go. I mean, do you think it would be comfortable up there? Obviously, you're not going to be up there, are you? Because it's in here, but yeah, not for me. Moving into the next section now. Not too sure what's up here. Let's have a look around the corner, shall we? Probably lots of more information about the submarines. Got a little room in there. I'm not too sure what that is. I mean, there might be a TV the other side. I'm not told. Oh, there we go. There's a TV just over there. Yeah, lots of things. Obviously, if you're really interested in submarines or you want to know more, lots of factual information over here. And I'm going to take you downstairs now. Right, it's that time of the day for the merch tour. Let's see what they got. And if I'm not sweet enough for you, get yourself some bonbons for $3.50. If you don't like bonbons, so many more sweets to choose from. $3.50, not too bad. Got some cups down here, lots of other things. You've got Not too sure what these are. 4 coasters, there we go. Reduced to £6 on the coasters. What's that? A little bit of gift wrap down there. Lots of jumpers down here. HMS Submarine. You've got the t-shirt as well. You've also got this hat over here. Show you this one up close. I'm not too sure, one size fits all. Can't see the price of that, but it looks quite nice. Now other things you've got around here, you've got submarine in a glass. It's a little bit different, isn't it? You've also got the Jolly Roger cup, and that one is £12. Now you do have lots of kids toys just over here, and if they don't take your interest, you've also got the ones over here. Now just up here you've got the feather pen just over here. It's interesting, isn't it? Feather pen, you know you want it, and if you don't want it, you've got the 6-in-1 pirate Lego ball, I think that is anyway. Now just down here, if you love me a lot, and get yourself this rat just down here, £12, or you can watch my vlogs for free. Moving on to lots of plush toys around here. Everyone loves a plush toy, don't they? You've got this turtle just down there, he's quite nice, look at him. Oh. And that was basically the gift shop. You've got lots of drinks around here, you've got ice creams, and you've also got some crisp and coffee here too. Lots of places to sit as well, and you've got the aircon pumping out in here too. And that was my submarine tour just behind me, just there. Now I really enjoyed myself in there. I highly recommend coming here. Obviously you can get the boat over from the dockyard, or you can get the Gosport ferry over and walk over it. That's if you don't obviously want to drive around it. Now it's a lovely day today. I'm in my coat at the moment. It's a little bit hot. It's one of those because it was raining earlier, so yeah, I thought I might as well just wear my coat. Right, I'm going to catch my boat now, so if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. I'll see you all in the next theme parks and attractions video. Now you can see the submarine just over there. I'm on my way back to the dockyard, so I'll see you all in the next one. Good, enjoy this boat trip.